want to be on camera?
Y'all follow Chaotic TV. Follow Chaotic TV on the channel. Chaotic. I'm getting hella followers, nigga.
Hey, she said, listen. She said she don't want to be on camera, so I said, get out of the section. You got a nigga, why you here? If you got a boyfriend, why you here? You said it's federal to be on camera. Then get out. It's my life, baby. They vibing. Hey, good. Hey, come here. Next.
Get somebody else.
Next.
That's it. Replacement.
Let me go.
Hey.
My nigga. Salute, fellas. This is what it means when I say treat a bird like a bird. You're the man. Never let a bird think that she's special. You can't be sitting in my section that I'm spending my money in and you want to have an attitude like I'm benefiting off of you? Shorty, you better appreciate all this shit or move around, or you could be replaced instantly. And that's exactly what he did. Salute. This man runs a strict program. Fellas, this is the way you gotta move with these women. The problem is a bunch of y'all dudes be treating these birds like they special, knowing that they could be replaced instantly because you got crumbs, you got clout. You gotta understand when you're him. A bunch of y'all dudes be in positions like y'all him, but the sucker inside of y'all still takes over whenever y'all get around women. Y'all could learn a lot from the way he handled this situation. That boy is as cold as ice, okay? Heart is frozen, and that's how you gotta be with birds. You can't treat a bird special. You always gotta let a bird know her place. Facts.
The more you travel as a woman, the more undateable you are. And usually people talk about this when it comes to education because they're like, the more educated a woman is, the less likely she is able to find a partner. However, I think this also holds true for travel. Firstly, men want to impress you when it comes to dating. So they're going to try to take you to a nice restaurant. They're going to try to give you a nice experience because they want to show that they are an impressive person. However, if you're someone who has snorkeled in the Galapagos and then watched a surf competition in Tahiti and then went horseback riding on the beach, and then you also have skied in the Swiss Alps, and you have also, gone to safari to watch the wildlife migration, like, you are very difficult to impress. On top of that, you likely have a different skill set because you can likely navigate a metro in a foreign country. You can
Let me tell you about an app called Free Cash. Free Cash is the +1 app worldwide allowing users like yourself to make money off their phone for free. If you want to make $200 plus a week for free, download using my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. If you download now for free using my link or QR code, you will get a free $5 into your account for free. That's $5 for free, no requirements. So download Free Cash today to make easy, quick, and free money.
Understand people even if you don't know the language. You probably even know if danger is around even if you don't know the language. And you have a completely and totally different perception of the world than the average person, especially someone who's never left the US. Their world is this big and their problems are this big, but they think it is this big. Whereas the world is this big and your problems are this big. So you live life completely and totally differently, knowing that there are other things going on in the other world and you're not the center of the universe. Just because you meet a man that is well-traveled doesn't mean that you guys are actually a personality match or that you would actually go well together, because he could very likely be just as insufferable as every other man. So overall, you just have a smaller pool of people to actually choose from that you would even be interested in the first place.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Now, this is the mindset of a bird. A bird will think the fact that she traveled a lot, it equates to her value. Fellas, as a man, you shouldn't be trying to impress a woman. A woman should be impressed by you. The fact that you're focused on your purpose and she's intrigued by you and she wants to join your team. That's just the bottom line, bro. But once you get into a situation where you're trying to impress a woman, she's not for you. Understand that. If you gotta work to impress a woman, she's not for you. But the mindset of a bird believes that a man should always try his best to impress her. And the fact that this bird doesn't travel a whole lot, she's saying, damn, there's nothing a man could do to impress me anymore. Shit, I done did all the bird shit that there is to do. Damn. Look, fellas, be wise out here, man, and pay attention to the signs.
Reggie, you're not upset that your girl, Princess Love, would let Mayweather have 10 girlfriends, but be mad when you try to fuck somebody else? Because I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. Hey, you gotta stand up for yourself. You gotta security.
You're so slow, man.
Oh, no.
Damn. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Now, here's the thing, right? Of course, the fact that Floyd money is long, he could have afforded to have multiple girlfriends while making Ray J wife and baby mother one of his birds. You know, his money's long. See, when a dude money's long, he could do whatever he wants to do with a bird and she will put up with whatever just to be around the crumbs. Now, Ray J wife had to reach a point where she needed to find a sucker because she was getting older and she needed to have kids. And Ray J was the one to save her. And if you look at his life ever since, damn, it's like it's never been the same because he tried to save a bird. And the sad thing about it is, it's not a situation where he didn't know she was a bird. He knew exactly who she was because he took her from Floyd. Floyd was feeding the bird and Ray J decided to take over and marry the bird. And if you look at his lifestyle, like I said, he ain't been the same since. Because the bottom line is this, regardless of what, Shorty is who she is. And this is why a woman's past matters. Because it will always come back to haunt you in the future, especially if you're the one who saved her. Now, Ray J is getting ready to do this fight or whatever, and he's getting clowned based on his baby mother actions. Fellas, be wise out here.
If you can't handle a bad bitch, you shouldn't have a bad bitch.
I don't want a bad bitch. That ain't never
said.
what I wasn't named. That's stupid. I know that's a whore. Listen to me.
Whoa.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
These are the views of Louis.
Let me explain this to y'all because this is about to get hot. Look, I was born in 1986, right? That means in 1996 I was 10. 2006 I was 20. This year I'll be 40 years old. I'm a grown man, right? So I'm an old. So I come from an era from my block. If you from Irvington, Newark, New Jersey, 20th Street and Clinton Avenue, that's the what? The whole stroll, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm telling you is this. When I go outside and I see women with certain clothes on, they ass out on the top, and they walking around like that I remember seeing the whores that selling the like this. I'm serious. It started like this. I started when I was younger. The whores that was selling the vagina, they was walking around with them little shorts on, tights with the ass out, coming by the cars, and they'll buy it and they'll hop in the cars, and they was selling the I go on the internet, 2026, 20 years later, the women are with their ass out on.
Why do they gotta be whores?
I just told you why.
That don't make them whores though.
They selling
Schools used to have posters of girls
listen what I'm telling you.
On their wall. But now all of a sudden, because you post pictures,
I'm telling you now. Listen what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
So I said in 2006.
Based off of you and the people you see.
Listen to me. In 2006, just hear me out.
I'm listening.
This the whole stroll. They're selling vagina here. These are the tricks. Right. I'm selling crack. They're selling vagina. They have on the same clothes. And you too young to remember this, so you wouldn't know this. So, and all you young girls now, that's your age, you're wearing. If I take the pictures from 2006 and brought them up, they selling in these outfits that you guys are walking around with. Dress for the job you either have or you want. So what I'm trying to tell you is.
So what if I feel like because you walking around with the chain on, with the McQueen?
I'm a drug dealer.
No, you're insecure. That wear your jewelry as a personality trait because you don't know who you are without it, and that's an assumption.
I would agree with you.
And I can say that every like no, because some people just like nice.
No,
things.
I would say that you're right 80% of the time.
sensational.
Smart man. Look, fellas, once you start speaking the truth, it will always ruffle a bird's feathers. That's just the bottom line because the truth hurts. It brings a bird to reality of who she is. And I always tell you guys, a bird thrives in delusion. A bird can't look herself in the mirror. She refuses to deal with reality. That's why she wake up every day and put on fake hair and put on a mask, put on big ass eyelashes because she refused to embrace her reality of who she actually is, a low value woman. So everything this brother said is pure facts. Now my logic is this. If a woman dresses like a bird, brother, she is a bird. And once you start talking about real shit and a woman takes offense, it's simply because she feels like you're talking about her. That's how you know Shorty's a bird, because that made her show her feathers. The bottom line is this, man, fellas, be wise and be very selective. Pay attention to the way your woman dresses. If you gotta tell your girl to change the way she dress, brother, don't waste your time. She's showing you who she is. The best you could do for yourself is to move on, because she's showing you signs that she's a bird. If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.